All right. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We're having some technical difficulties, but we've made it work. We're on Zoom on our laptop here in the conference room. So Chair does see a quorum. And
under the news, you want to specify that for the meeting minutes for next month, that Kyle's participating by Zoom. Okay. And I don't know if anybody else was. Casey. Well. Casey.
Yep. All right. So Kyle, can you take roll, please?
Roll call.
Please.
Yep. Rob Warp.
Here.
Andrew Hefner.
Here.
Jeff Wishek.
Here.
Jim Baldwin.
Present.
Casey Copeland is present. And then Kyle Anderson here. And then Michelle O'Connor will not be here.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and do the pledge. We will do it on our heads so we don't have feedback, and we'll let Kyle say the pledge out loud. Thank you, Kyle.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to which the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you
very much.
That was
a great rendition.
That was awesome.
It's beautiful.
Next time we'll have you sing. All right, we'll go to the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Okay, I'll make a motion. We approve the agenda.
I'll second.
We have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All right, Kyle, call the roll.
All right, Rob?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Kyle? Yes. 5-0.
All right, motion is adopted. Move to approval of the minutes. Any questions on the minutes? If not, I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion is second. Any further discussion? Kyle, can you take the roll?
Yep. Rob?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Jim?
I'm going to abstain since I was not at the previous meeting.
Okay. Jeff?
Yes.
And I will do the same since I was not at the previous meeting.
Okay. Motion is adopted. Anybody from the public that is requested to speak? Okay, we have nobody on Zoom and nobody present. Move on to presentations. I see no presentations at this time. And we'll move the chief for statistics and updates.
Okay, starting off with public education and PR for the month. We had a pub ed event at New Hope Church for our Browning Church, discussing 911 use, minor injuries, and campfire safety tips. We also went to Traders Point Elementary School with our field day, providing the firefighter experience obstacle course. Some additional notes for the month of May. Ladder 272 was delivered to Fire Service Inc. to begin its repair. We still don't have an estimate on a time frame yet. Lieutenant Brandon Cunningham was promoted to captain, and firefighter medic Zach Schlater was promoted to lieutenant. For inspection and prevention, we have 46 annual inspections, 16 re-inspections, 19 new building inspections, 5 C of O's, 5 plan reviews, and 1 alarm and sprinkler test. Moving on to fire training, we had 326 hours of fire training, company level training and facility training, along with driver, operator, and company officer training as well. EMS billing for the month of May was $19,346, bringing our year-to-date revenue at $83,838, which is 16.99% above where we were at 2020 year-to-date. And the chart there to look at. EMS report. This is kind of a newer edition of a more detailed EMS report section with the addition of our EMS division chief. So you can see that our EMS training hours were 261.5 for the month over cardiac arrest management and traumatic injuries and pelvic injuries. 43 patient contacts on runs and 35 transports for the month. You see that 10 of those were basic life support and 35 advanced life support. Audited 100% of our EMS runs and completed our compliance verification as well. Had 2 paramedic recertifications and 6 EMT recertifications. And then our EMS ambulance equipment committee, they're still continuing to present recommendations on different equipment and working on finalizing the specification for the proposed new ambulance purchase. So then moving on to the run statistics for the month, you see that we had 75 total calls, bringing us to 467 year to date. The EMS breakdown is in there as well. And then our out of district calls and our township runs for the month being 4, 3 of those EMS and 1 fire. We are another 3% ahead of where we were last month at 23% of where we were at this point last year. Any questions on those stats?
All right, thanks, Chief.
We're trending in the right. I don't know if it's ever the right direction for EMS, but it's interesting. So the new ambulance that you guys want, is it going to replace or add?
Will be hopefully in addition. We're looking at proposing additional personnel with this year's new budget to put that second ambulance in service. We are seeing a slight uptick in back-to-back EMS runs, but more importantly, trying to cut down that response time, having an ambulance at each fire station overall. So we're working towards that. Obviously, that'll be in front of you guys soon. This year's moving fast enough as it is already.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Any other questions? All right, seeing none, the no unfinished business, which takes us to new business item B, consideration of purchasing a purchase exceeding $5,000 auto pulse purchase.
So the auto pulse purchase, this is one of the recommendations that came out of the committee that's looking at our current equipment. We're proposing replacing our current unit, which we purchased used from Fisher's back in 2016. The unit has actually been out of service for some time while we're trying to figure out if we can replace it with an updated version or to refurb it. This one, even if we refurb it, would be out of warranty and wouldn't operate to the same specifications as the newest one. We have the funding within the EMS revenue fund and our capital line to purchase this. And you'll see the information in front of you there. The total purchase price is just about $11,000. I would like to ask for a not to exceed $11,500, as this doesn't include shipping. So that would obviously more than cover the estimate of shipping, but not having that, I'd like to get approved. So when the actual invoice does come, if that's the case, that we're covered. The auto pulse itself is a mechanical CPR device. So it's something you strap on to your patient or over the top of the patient, and it's shown to improve significant return of spontaneous combustion, sorry. Wrong topic. Spontaneous circulation in out of hospital.
We know cardiac because Kyle laughs.
Right. So. Good. So it's clinically demonstrated a near normal vascular perfusion in cardiac arrest patients versus 20% perfusion obtained doing the standard manual CPR. So it's something you can leave on constantly. It does its thing to the exact specifications the entire time, even through all the interventions and such. So
And this will be something that the board will give a favorable recommendation to the council.
Correct.
Would this go on ambulance?
Yes,
You'll be coming back and asking for another one at some point.
correct.
You gonna package those two together?
So we are looking at the different options of adding some additional equipment into the ambulance lease, because we're also looking at some of our aging defibrillators, and those are not a cheap replacement. So with that and an auto loading cot system, which is proven to significantly reduce injuries, but is a $20,000 plus addition. I mean, obviously the new one would come with it. But you know, we would like to get one for our second ambulance as well. So we're still kind of working through what we can utilize there. We're also looking into the EMS fund as well, from not spending 100% of revenue each year to exactly where we're at and what kind of capital equipment purchases we could recommend from that.
Okay. Other questions?
No, but they don't have a good trade-in value, do they?
No, no. And like, you know, that one being, you know, over 5 years old, or actually 5 years old to us, not when it was initially purchased.
So we bought it refurbished already?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
We actually bought it and put a little bit in to refurbish it, and then we put 5 years into it, and it's out of service again. The technology has come a long way as well. So instead of spending $2,500 to put something in service that if it breaks again, there's no warranty with it, just doesn't make sense, in my opinion.
So what, is it a 5-year warranty? Or what's the warranty? Did it say it? 1 year warranty.
Yeah.
But serviceable.
Correct.
Okay. I'll make a motion to give a favorable recommendation to the Whitestown Council for this approval, this purchase.
And the purchase amount in your motion?
Not to exceed $11,000.
11.5.
11.5. Okay. 11.5.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion. It's been seconded.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Okay, we'll take a vote. Kyle is on mute. The administrator, okay, unmute.
Yeah, Rob?
Yes.
Andrew?
Yes.
Jim?
Aye.
Jeff?
Yes.
Kyle? Yes.
All right, motion is adopted. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
And that'll take us on to other business. I'm hoping this is the last time we see this other business, but we'll find out.
It should.
So
it'd be a great place for it.
For the record, the item is item E, station and headquarters update.
So today was actually supposed to be our new punch date. We decided to cancel that due to them not being ready, since we obviously want substantial completion, but we also want everything operational to be able to be checked as well. That was not met today. In working with town staff and town legal, or town staff working with town legal, we did issue them a letter today that essentially told them if we're not at substantial completion by the 16th of this month and it's not punched, then the town has the option to determine if we remove them from the job site essentially and press forward with completing the project with another contractor. I feel that where we're at, we're in a pretty good spot that they will hit that 16. I hate to even say that because I've been saying this for a long time now. And you know, something always seems to come up with it. Hopefully this adds a little bit more bite to the situation, you know, our seriousness. But we'll see. Only time will tell. So hopefully within a couple weeks, we'll be hitting that punch list. And I would say if that happens, we're probably looking towards the end of the month, first part of July to really completely wrap up the punch list and get ourselves moved in and operational.
So to be specific, the letter said substantial completion by June 16th, and is that the date of the punch list inspection?
Yes, that is the current date.
So you're going to show up at the 16th and either,
Well, the punch needs to happen that date, or yes.
or, yeah. Did they have any reply?
Not officially. Obviously, we delivered it and discussed it with the contractor on site. But you know, it was addressed to above him,
right,
within Graber. So he will deliver that, and we'll see. I haven't heard any news yet, so I'll keep you posted.
I mean, it'd be challenging to find another contractor at this point too.
I don't disagree. Just hopefully it puts a little bit of, because right now they've only had around 40% of, they've only been paid 40% of the project.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still 60% of money that's there.
Yeah.
Okay, and they haven't sent an invoice or,
No.
So I don't know the details of that part of the agreement, but it sure would be nice to withhold it if they don't finish the job.
Well, I think that is the intention, that it would go through legal recourse.
Yeah.
At that point, and you know, the rest of the budget would be used to have somebody come in and finish it. Is the way I understood it.
Okay.
So, and I don't know if you've seen a copy of it yet, Brad. All I know, they kind of came to me through town management. So
yeah, I haven't seen the agreement, but you know, it's obviously a better situation to be in to have 60% of the money. It's you know, if you ever did have to go, and I assume this is with Steve Butler,
yes.
the letter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah,
Him and Troy.
Just generally speaking, obviously having the money is going to be a big incentive for them to finish it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than the town having to sue them for breach and try to get the money.
Right. Are there any significant pieces of the project that are incomplete right now? Meaning, I know a contract would be hard to find, but is it stuff that we could sub out what's left? Or is it
Yeah, I honestly think so.
Yeah.
I think most of the materials are on site, with the exception of a few oddball little things coming in. Obviously, asphalt's a big one. Finishing up with the masonry. They say they should be done by the middle of next week with that.
Okay.
We'll see. They're kind of finishing up that front part. We still have some ephes, or kind of some of the fake stucco accents that need to come in after that. But honestly, I think most of the stuff wouldn't be hard.
Mm-hmm.
But we're so close.
Yeah.
We're starting to be able to see
I think
the
we all
light a
prefer
little
for
bit.
them to just finish it
Yeah,
without
absolutely.
having to go that way.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look like after tomorrow, they're gonna be able to use weather as an excuse.
Right.
So I was worried about the subs not being paid, but I don't know if we were too worried about that. If we have 60% of the money still, maybe we want to think about who we give the checks to, though.
Right.
Because I don't want to, I'm worried that I don't understand why
And I
they're
have
having
the
this
owner's rep
problem.
working on that from your question previously.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything in the negative back that the subs aren't getting paid, but the question was posed, and I believe he's kind of working on that through the back channel to talk, not
Yeah.
running it through Graber. But
So just to protect us, right? So,
correct.
because I don't know.
Don't need that lean.
Yeah, I
on
don't
that.
want that. So with everything that's gone down, we probably just want to make sure we check that box, right?
And the leverage, again, going back to having the money on hand,
Yeah.
is good.
We just, if we do end up giving them the other 60% of the money, you might want to just think about giving it directly to the subs. I don't know.
Yeah, or we
Or-
also make sure we can do that.
Or something to make sure that nothing else goes
Hold
wrong.
harmless clause.
Yeah. And you were talking about extra charges we're going to get hit from the owner's reps?
No, potentially from the architect.
Okay. So they missed the date. I think the architect you said was gonna,
So they
Give us till
have
the 28th.
forgave over $7,000, I think, worth of extra work they have done since their timeline kind of ran out. I don't know what moving today has done. I haven't heard anything yet. I have talked with the owner's rep on trying to figure that out, on what that would be, any additional there, if they decide to go with it or not. I'm not sure. We've stopped using them for the walkthroughs and having them come out for different meetings every week or every other week.
So just
because it wasn't necessary.
as needed.
Right. So really, we're kind of holding them in for that last punch item. And I don't know if, I'm trying to confirm if they are using that as the last, expected thing.
Right, because that's just another thing we could hold the biller to.
Right.
Okay. So inside's looking good though, or it's getting there?
It's getting there. Once it gets
Because
completed.
I know there's a lot of work
looking
inside
good.
that we're not seeing when we drive by.
Right. So the third floor is pretty much complete. The second floor is, with the exception of a pocket door on back order, there's a lot of that, and some vinyl trim is missing. Most of that is good. First floor, and just some different things here and there. I mean, we're really close. I mean, we can see the end, but it's just kind of continuing to push to get it done and wrapped up.
And it must be just me, but those doors do not look big enough to get a ladder truck in. They look
As long as
just
the ladder's in the middle, right?
Ladder truck's already been inside there.
They just look big enough to me to get a pickup truck in, but
Okay.
What's a big building?
yeah, I say it's probably just me, but
All right. Any other questions?
Well, thank you for the update. Next month we'll be in there.
I hate to say it, but I think there's a good possibility. But like I said, it's just tough to believe at this point. So we'll see.
are you planning any kind of ribbon cutting ceremony or?
I think initially we're gonna do just kind of some quick kind of town internally, boards and whatnot, and then kind of get settled into it more, and then have like a grand open house type thing. So.
Yeah, well,
because right now, I mean, with the summer, a lot of people on vacation. It'd be good to have an open house when most people are in town and can contribute.
and everybody's been watching it so long. It's like
Yeah.
their child. So
Yeah. Any other topics? All right. Before we move to adjourn, I just want to thank everybody for their patience with the technology difficulties and their flexibility. So hopefully this comes across well online. And if there's any questions that maybe anybody missed online, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll answer any questions on anything that got missed. So with that, do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right.
second.
Kyle, one more time.
All right. Rob,
Yes.
Andrew, Jim, Jeff,
Yes.
Kyle, yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you.